I'm Saturday hauling for you guys today, and I'm going to go ahead and start off with a couple repurchases from Ulta. I got 2 more of the Essence Super Precise eyeliners, and this is just their black liquid eyeliner. I know I'm a broken record with this guy, but it's just one of my favorite really quick, easy to use, super black, nice wearing eyeliners that I've gone through several of them, and I just continue to repurchase them. They're only $2.99, so you kind of can't beat the price, and the product itself is really nice. It's got a brush tip applicator. I know I've showed you guys this a couple times, but it's got a brush tip applicator, and the liner is just really intense, nice and black, easy to use, and a brush tip is my favorite type of liquid liner in a style like this. It does dry down to, I would say, a satin finish. It's not full matte, but it doesn't dry down that shiny either. Just a really good affordable liner that you can get at Ulta. So I got 2 more of those guys. And then Ulta also started carrying the Good Molecules brand. So I got another one of the Rosewater Daily Cleansing Gels. It's a 4 fluid ounce pump glass bottle. Mine is in the shower. I ran out of the one that I was using and I was missing it. It's just a really gentle cleanser that does a really good job of cleaning too, and it doesn't make my skin feel really stripped. So I've gone through a couple, actually quite a few of these, and it's a product that I probably will continue to repurchase because it's such an affordable, really gentle cleanser on my skin. So that's the Good Molecules Rosewater Daily Cleansing Gel. They had quite a few of the products in Ulta, but they didn't have the peptide serum. That's another product that I continue to repurchase from the Good Molecules brand, but this is a really nice cleanser. And then I also was running out of the duo glue that I use, so I like to use the brush-on adhesive for the lashes that I wear, and I like to get the dark tone version. Mine was drying out, or is near drying out, so it's almost done. So I got another one of these guys. They also make this with I think it's Rosewater, and then there's maybe a lavender one, but I was worried that those 2 ingredients were kind of irritating my lash line a little bit. I didn't notice a ton, but they didn't quite adhere as well as the original, and then 2, it itched a little bit more on my lash line, and I'm not sure if that could be a total allergy thing, which right now I'm really nasally because my allergies are acting up super bad. So I just went back to the original with no added bells or whistles, and I do think it has a little bit more hold to it. So I got another one of those guys, and then I did place another order on the Beauty Bay website, and I got 2 more of these Revolution Pro Protect Hydra Matte Setting Powders with the SPF 6. I hauled this, I want to say a video or 2 ago, and I really like the powder for setting concealer underneath the eyes. It is a loose powder with one of those mesh kind of little coverings on it. Very, very fine. It's almost undetectable underneath the eyes, and I really like the SPF in it as well. It also says that it has hyaluronic acid and vitamin E, and a lot of people said that in a powder it's probably not doing anything for your skin, and that's probably true, but I feel like having that in there as an ingredient is better than having something else, So anyway, I really like this powder, so I got 2 more of those since I was placing an order for all kinds of things, and then I thought I would try the pressed version of that powder as well, and that's the it's got UVB protection with vitamin E, it says in this one, and it's the Protect Mattifying Setting Powder, but in the pressed version again, and there's 0.17 ounces of product in this guy. It's made in Taiwan. The packaging has a faux snake kind of cover on it, and the powder is nice, but it's a little bit heavier and a little bit thicker in the pressed version compared to the loose version, which a lot of the times is the case for a pressed version compared to the loose. Usually the loose is always a little bit lighter. This one does sit a little bit more heavy, and then also it has a little bit more, I would say brightness, but it's kind of a little bit more of a white cast to it compared to the loose version. I do like the powder, but if I had to pick between the 2, I would definitely go for the loose version of it. I'll just give you guys a swatch of it so you can see that there is some lightness to the powder. You can see it on my skin there. But that's the pressed version. Also in store at Ulta, they had the new revamped Kylie line. So I wanted to try her new gel eyeliner pencils. These 2 colors are kind of right up my alley. So I got the blue matte and the green matte pencil. These have got 0.042 ounces of product, and they are made in the USA. So this is the box packaging for them, and they're a soft, they glide on like a soft gel pencil does, and they dry down pretty budge proof on the actual skin, but I bought them with the intent to use them on the waterline, and the wear time It's decent, but it's definitely not budge proof for me and my really watery eyes. It fades on the outer corners quite a lot, and then I do get a little bit of transfer into the inner corners of my eyes. So that I would say that they wear decently for about 6 hours on me, which the KBD Vegan Beauty brow pomades last on my waterline like all day with just a minimal amount of wear on the outer corner. So I kind of compare other liners and stuff to that. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch the two colors that I got. Like I said, they're decent. I have got extremely watery eyes. It's difficult for me to get things to stay on the waterline. So if you have, usually don't have a ton of problems with that, you'll probably really like these liners on the waterline, but they do glide on the skin really well. So here is the pencil, and this is the matte green version right here. This one here, when I put it on the waterline, I put down one kind of even coat and then I let it dry, and then I went over it again because I feel like it wasn't quite as opaque in one pass, and I think you can kind of see that right there, but it's a very creamy pencil too. So 2 passes is what I use to get it opaque, but I let the first kind of layer dry first. And then here is the matte blue shade right here, which I think is a little bit more opaque than the green one. It kind of goes on pretty decent in one pass, but I do like it to be really, really opaque. So I also went over it with 2 passes with the blue as well. But that's the green pencil in the matte, and then the blue pencil in the matte from the new Kylie gel eyeliner pencils right there. Gosh, I sound... I can hear myself. I sound so nasally. We also had really, really poor air quality because of the fires in Montana. And it was for like days, just overcast from smoke. So I'm sure that's all kind of building up along with like regular allergies and stuff. But we have got rain. I'm in North Dakota if you were unaware, but it's been so dry, and it's raining. It's been raining almost all day right now. And I'm supposed to go to a horse show tomorrow. And if they cancel it, I don't even care because I'm so grateful for the rain. But anyway, I'm sure that inhaling that poor air quality with all that smoke in there is kind of doing a number with the allergies as well. But back to the haul here. Ulta started carrying Bobbi Brown, and they had a display of her products inside the store. So I was pretty excited to see that because it's not every day that I get to see a display of Bobbi Brown cosmetics unless I'm like in a big city. But I remember really loving this little sample of Bobbi Brown bronzing powder that I got in the shade medium. So I was looking at the lineup on the bronzers, and I eyed the one that had like the more red undertone to it, and sure enough it was that shade medium. And so I went ahead and I purchased the full size because I do really like this bronzer, and it is what I have on my face today to bronze up, and it's got just a beautiful undertone for a cool skin tone. Bobbi Brown does a really good job, I think, with their undertones. They've got cool, neutral, and kind of warm undertones in their bronzers. So anyway, this is the medium shade, and it's 0.28 ounces. And this guy right here is made in the USA. So it's got the classic Bobbi Brown packaging, and it is a matte bronzer with a really pretty cool undertone. And I really like it. I've been wearing it all week. It's just a really nice, easy to blend out bronzer. Like you can see right there how nice that blended out. And then I'll do a heavier swatch here as well. But like the tone of it, love the bronzer. It's super easy to use. Again, blends out nicely, looks pretty on the skin, and it is a matte bronzer. So that's the Bobbi Brown bronzing powder in medium right there. And then I placed an order on the Beauty Habit website for a couple more compacts from the Paul and Joe range because they had sent me that really wonderful PR package, and I had a couple of the makeup pieces that were without a compact. So I went ahead and I got 2 of those, and I got the last one. I wanted to get 2 of the horse ones, but they only had 1 left in stock. So I got the little horse compact, which is just right up my alley, and I put one of the blushes in there. And then the other one that I got is the little chickadees on there, and I also put a blush in this one right there. So those are 2 of their, I think they're from the fall lineup with the really cute little patterns on there, and they're just lightweight cardboard packaging that fits both their eyeshadow duos and also those blushes that you've seen in there. So I got those, and then I also got the lipstick case with the horses on there, and I purchased one of the refill lipsticks to put inside the case as well, and I got the shade N315, which is a really pretty warm nude, but it's a little bit deeper than I thought it was going to be. So this is the N315 nude shade, and then here's the bottom of the case. So you just pop it in there, And then it's got the horses on it, super cute. It is, again, lightweight cardboard packaging as well. And then here is the lipstick in 315, which is a really pretty nude, but again, it's a little bit deeper than I was hoping that it would be, but it would be a good one to go into fall. And it's got a really nice, like, glossy finish to it. The rose scent is in there, but it's not super, super strong. I think that the Anasui stuff is stronger in terms of the rose fragrance. This one I don't smell it a whole ton, but that is the 315 refill from Paul & Joe. And then again, I put it in their new, I want to say fall lineup casing with the horses on there, which you buy those 2 pieces separately. And then I couldn't resist this Paul & Joe setting powder set because it's got a kitty on it, and this is kind of one of their little mascot kitties because I've seen this cat on a couple different launches, like packaging and stuff. So this is what the box packaging looks like, and all Paul & Joe products are made in Japan. So this little set comes with a little pouch. It's like a little satin pouch. I'll pull it out of there so you can see how big it is. And then a compact with the kitty on it, which is super cute. And then there's a little powder puff in there and a powder with kitty embossing. And this is also, this is pretty, you can smell the rose in this powder pretty decently. When I put it on, I don't smell it though, but this is a powder that I would use to set underneath my eyes, or also kind of to degrease or brighten. Like, I'm a little shiny because it's later in the day today, so I've had this makeup on for quite a while. But I use powders like this for setting underneath the eyes because they're really finely milled, and then I also like to use them for kind of brightening and then, you know, degreasing my face, if you will. And it does a really good job of that. And it, I mean, again, the compact, it's so cute. There is a little slot in the back to kind of push the powder out because Paul & Joe does make like powder refills, but this one isn't magnetized, like it doesn't pop out like it's supposed to be refillable. But I tell you what, if I go through this little powder here, I would definitely try to find another powder to put in the compact because I could not. I could not get rid of something so cute. But that is the setting powder 01 that's in the little case there. And then here's the little satin pouch that comes in there. It's like one of those little drawstring bags. And then you can see the kitty in there as well. Just a really cute little set there from Paul & Joe. Also from Beauty Bay, I did go ahead and get one of the Mitchell liquid blushers that they call Blursh. Some of the shades just look so, so pretty. So I got the Can't Cope with Coral shade. So this is the packaging right here. There's a total of 0.202 fluid ounces or 0.6 milliliters, and it's made in the PRC. And then here is the actual packaging. It is just a really, really beautiful, bright, light coral. And it's the blush that I have on my cheeks today. And I was able to get it to go over already set foundation with my highlighter and bronzer already on pretty well with a light stippling brush. It's pretty pigmented, but it has like a really powdery aspect to it. So you can see the liquidity. Is that a word? The liquid aspect of it right there. And it's nicely pigmented. Like, you can see how opaque that is, but like when you start blending it out, it kind of goes to this powder form, and it's just the prettiest color. I think the next time that I place a Beauty Bay order, I want to get one of the more pink ones. But that's the Can't Cope with Coral Blush right there from the Mitchell range, and it is the blush that I have on my cheeks today, is this guy right here. Again, from Beauty Bay, I got the BH Avocado Toast 16 color shadow palette. They were doing a 20% off promo, which I think it's still going on. And I want to say that I got this for like $11. And this is the eyeshadow palette that I have on my eyes today. It's a standalone palette. And for, you know, the low price, I think this is pretty nice. I had to work a little bit at the blending with the matte shadows, but it wasn't terrible. And the shimmer shades are pressed a little hard, so I kind of had to wiggle my brush in there to get the product to pick up. But I think that the overall eye look turned out really nice. I got the Blueberry palette and really like that one, so that's what made me want to try this one because the color story is really pretty. And there's some gorgeous shades in here, and again for $11, pretty nice green palette here. And a pretty nice range of mattes and shimmers as well. I'm able to just use it as a standalone eyeshadow palette. And then this row. And then this last row here. I bought so many palettes on Beauty Bay. It's kind of crazy. I haven't even been able to use them all. So I'm just going to show you guys the ones that I have used so I can give you my opinion on them. But it's a pretty nice palette, and on sale, $11. I think it's totally worth it. And I like the look that came out of it today as well. This color here is just stunning. That really sparkly light, kind of like oyster shell color. So that is the BH Cosmetics Avocado Toast eyeshadow palette right there. I don't think I mentioned where the BH palette was made. It's made in the PRC, and the amount of product in here is 0.56 ounces of product. So there are 16 shadows, so there'd be about 1 gram per shadow in there. I also got Beauty Bay's latest launch, which is the Wilderness 20 color palette. So this has got 20 shades that are 0.05 ounces a piece, which is pretty good. And this one here is also made in the PRC. So this is the box packaging that it comes in. I really like these Beauty Bay palettes like this that have got the 20 shades in them. I've got the other two that they recently came out with as well. And there's one other palette, and they don't make it anymore, but that's the one I originally wanted. And since I couldn't get that one, it's what led me to get these ones after watching Paulina Beauty. Paulina also influenced me, I believe, to buy the Blursh from the Mitchell collection as well. But I really wanted that original palette, but it's just hard to find and sold out, and they're like not restocking it. So I do really like this one as well, this Wilderness palette. And you guys will be able to see in the swatches just how pretty some of the shades are. The pigmentation is really good. The shimmers have got like this beautiful sparkle to them, and they're really affordable as well. And again, they're still having that 20% off on it. They have a code, and it's listed right underneath the item that you can use for 20% off. So that's pretty good as well. But this is the Wilderness palette. But I show you guys the cover. It's a magnetic cardboard packaging with a mirror in there. Oh, try this again here. I stabbed those green shades and almost dropped it. But these kind of shimmers are that more kind of putty texture. But I didn't have a ton of difficulty picking those up on a brush when I used them. Some of them with that type of formula can be a little harder to pick up. I didn't have a problem with those. I love the color story of this palette. And again, a good array of mattes and shimmers in here. Both light and dark. It's a standalone for me. Beautiful blue shade over here. Oh, look at how pretty those are though, right? Beauty Bay can really make some nice shadows for a super affordable price, that is for sure. And these ones. This is such a really pretty mustard yellow shade. And then these last 4 shades here, which are all warm. Oh, I think it was called the Book of Magic. Yeah, that's what it was. It was the Book of Magic palette from Beauty Bay. I wanted so bad, and I just can't find it. But anyway, that's their newest Wilderness palette, and it really is. It's beautiful. Nice pigmentation. The quality is super nice. It's decently priced. Really nice stuff. I was also able to find the Powerpuff Girls pressed powder palette inside Ulta store. So I got this little guy right here. The packaging, again, super cute, just like the blushes. I hauled those last week. There are the little Powerpuff Girls. The names are on the back. And then this guy here has got a total 0.42 ounces of product across 12 eyeshadows, and it is made in the USA. The pans in this one are the larger ones, not the smaller ones that are like in the 9 pans. And then these are also magnetized in there, much like most of ColourPop's stuff. There are, I would say, 1 pressed glitter. And then the first shade is like a combo. There are glitters in it, but it's got quite a bit of like shimmer in it as well. So I wouldn't say it's just a solid pressed glitter shade. So the pressed glitter that's in here is this blue called Super Friends. And the one that's kind of a hybrid one is this first one. So I'll go ahead and swatch them for you guys so you can kind of see that there's, you know, it's pretty opaque, but there's a lot of glitter in there as well. But it's not like a solid glitter only type shade like that blue one is. I think there's, you know, more shimmer in that one. See, it's pretty opaque, but you can definitely feel the glitters in there and see them. This isn't a standalone eyeshadow palette for me. I get along with the formulation really well, but I would mix it with other shades. And then this middle row. And then here's that pressed glitter. I would say that one is a pretty solid glitter shade there. And then the last row, which is all matte, like some pretty bright matte shadows. Love this green. It's just a really fun palette. Right there. Definitely not like the most wearable palette in the world, and again, it would be a pairing palette for me, but there are some really pretty shades in there. So that's the Powerpuff Girls Pressed Powder palette right there. And then I took the absolute plunge and went crazy on a brand called Flower Nose. It's a brand that I've been looking at for quite some time. I originally seen Nikki Tutorials talk about one of their unicorn blushes, and that's what kind of got it on my radar. And then I started following them on Instagram, and it was kind of like the long shipping times, and that some of the websites that carry the product had really expensive shipping like costs and stuff like that, that I kind of pulled back and stuff. And then I finally just took the plunge, and I purchased a whole bunch of stuff from alphabeauty.net. I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff, but I got so much stuff I'm going to have to break it up into maybe next week's video too. I haven't got around to using every single product yet either, but I've used all of the ones that I'm about to show you. It is a brand that I believe is made in China, but I'm not 100% sure. When I went to the Flower Nose website, like their actual website, it looked to me like they were shipping out of Malaysia, so I'm not 100% sure. And all of the writing on here I think is in Chinese or maybe is it Mandarin? I'm not 100% sure on that, but I can't like read the details for you guys, but I do know that it's a brand that is made, I want to say, in Asia. I've been so impressed with Chinese and Asian based beauty, like the Florasis brand, like stunning stuff. The ZC stuff is beautiful. And then now this brand here, Flower Nose, I wonder to myself, we have some really beautiful stuff, you know, made in the United States and stuff like that, but they kind of take it to a whole nother level. And you'll see this when I show you guys the packaging of this stuff. Like, it's just to the detail, and it's so beautiful. Such nice products. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with this Teddy Bear blush, and it's the one in milk chocolate. It can be a little difficult to kind of navigate the website, the alphabeauty.net website, but you can like click on the shade on there, and then it'll pop up in the picture which one it is. So I got the one in milk chocolate, and each shade has got a different shade in the packaging, which that is something that I love when brands do, instead of keeping the packaging all the same. Because if you buy a couple, you have to open them or look on, you know, grab it and look on the back to see what shade it is. These ones you can just look at the packaging and know which one it is, and I love that about these products. So this is the blush. It's from their like little teddy bear collection, and this is the shade Milk Chocolate. I'm trying to see if I can, 4 grams. There's 4 grams of product in here, and then see all the writing, I can't read that. And this has got a little plastic packaging, and it's raised right in the middle with the heart. The mirror is in a heart, the blush is in a heart, and then it's embossed and it says Love Bear on there. And it's just a really peachy pink nude blush. Super easy to wear. Like these blushes, some of them, like the unicorn ones, look really intense, but they go on the cheeks just super, super nice. Like I don't feel like I have to worry about overdoing it. But that is the milk chocolate one. And I'm so over the moon about the stuff that I got that I already have a whole bunch more items in my cart because I want more of like the teddy bear blushes and the palettes, and I want the rest of the unicorn blushes and things. It's a whole situation. So anyway, that's the milk chocolate in the teddy bear blush right there. It is a satin kind of a finish there. This is called the Baccio Bouquet, and it's like a highlight and contour powder. There's 8 grams of product in here, and then this is the box packaging. It's going to be really difficult just to like ditch the box packaging on it because it's so pretty. And then the actual packaging is a heart, and there's texture to like the imagery on the front too. It's just not like a flat, it's not a sticker, it's like on there like a pretty image. And then even the back's got a detail, and the side of it opens up there in the corner. And this is kind of a contouring powder. When I used this, I used a really fluffy stippling brush, and I used it very lightly where I would normally bronze, and it gave a really pretty contoured effect with a slight bronziness, but I didn't go in with bronzer at all, and it just looked really beautiful with like some of the like these light blushes like this, and it's just a really delicate look on the skin. So I've been enjoying this powder as well, and I just mixed them all together. I didn't like separate them out to highlight and kind of specifically contour. I just swirled it together and kind of lightly went over the outer perimeters in the contour spots of my face. But I will get the 3 shades, and then I'll mix them all together on my pinky. So those are the 3 shades right there, and then they're mixed together on my pinky. And you don't, I feel like with a lot of contour products, they're so intensely pigmented that you have to really worry about picking up too much product. This you don't. It's just very like easy to use. They're, you know, they have pigment to them in there, but they're not so intense that they make them hard to work with, if that makes sense. But I'll just go ahead and swatch the powders here. So they're calling that guy the Baccio Bouquet right there. I think the collection is called Baccio Bouquet because it says Baccio Bouquet on the eyeshadow palette as well. And I got 2 of those. So I got the caramel matcha, which is the green one. Again, they switched up all the colors based off the color story in the packaging, so it's really easy to tell them apart. I love that. So this is the packaging on caramel matcha, and wait till you guys see the color story on this. And I've used both of these palettes. Beautiful. Like the shimmers in here, the mattes, they blend out nice. They have nice pigmentation. I will say the matte shades are very soft, so I wouldn't like, you know, grind your brush into them or anything, and then I tap off the excess too because you can get a little bit of fallout with them. But the overall look and the ease of use is there. I really like them. I've actually got the rest of these. I think there are 2 more color stories, and I've got those sitting in my bucket as well. Can't stop, won't stop, right? They're like delicate eyeshadows that just look super pretty on. It's just it's a vibe. And then this middle shade right here, which looked like a pressed glitter, but it's not. It's super smooth. Very, very shiny. There's a little embossing in the shades too, which I've ruined pretty much most of them by now, but last shade, which is a matte brown. This is a standalone palette for me too. So that is the, oops, sorry, I got a text message, but that's the caramel matcha right there. And look at the cover. Super cute. It's got the green, so you can tell the colors apart. I should mention too, the shipping for me was $8 off of the Alpha Beauty website, and then it said on most of the items 10 to 15 days pre-order, which I didn't know exactly what that meant, but I got my stuff in about 10 days, which I thought was pretty impressive. I thought, man, I'm going to have to, you know, forget about it and get it in a month or something like that, but it came quicker than I thought that it would. So anyway, back to the products here. I got the Strawberry Milk palette also from the Baccio Bouquet collection. The cutest, like, packaging, right? It's just very, very cute. And I can't tell on the box or the actual palette how much product is in here. I can't read it. So anyway, this is the strawberry milk one right here. So again, see how they change the colors of the packaging? And this is a really pretty strawberry milk color combo. Wore this yesterday, loved it. Super pretty. It's a standalone for me. Got some beautiful shades in there. One of the palettes that I got, which will probably be in maybe next week's video or so, I gave to my mom to wear, and she loves it. So she said, if you place another order, please order me that palette. And I said, I will, because I will be placing another order. I just have to. Those are the first 4. And then these next ones. And see, much like some of the ZC as well, they don't look like, even, I mean, the viewfinder I can see the beautiful shine and stuff like that, but they're more like delicate shadow, but they look beautiful on the eyes. They really do. And then this last shade right here. So that one is the Strawberry Milk from the Bacio Bouquet Flower Nose. Right there. I purchased 3 of the highlighters, and this is from the Pretty Rock Baby collection. Again, wait till you see the packaging on this. These are the box packaging on 2 of them. I can't find where the box on the limited edition one is at, but the packaging again on these is super, super pretty. They have got a total of 5.5 grams. Oh, one says 7. So the one in the black box, which is the gold packaging, has 7 grams, and then the white one in the white packaging is 5.5 grams of product. So it varies between powders, and I'm guessing that's probably a weight thing with the pigments and stuff. So I got one which is a limited edition shade, and it's got the pink packaging. So I'll start with that one. I've been wearing this an absolute ton, and look at the detail, you guys. It's totally 3D. I mean, just stunning. This is the shade called Cupid right here. And then there was a little saying in there. It is gone now because I've been using all 3 of these, so the saying isn't in all 3 of them, but there were embossed like little cherubs around the outer portion of the highlighter, and these highlighters are so pretty, and I have a really dry skin type, so oftentimes when I set underneath my eyes I have a hard time like getting highlighter, especially drier ones, to adhere to the top of my cheekbones. These adhere so well because there's a little bit of a like moisture factor in them. They're not creams. They mimic a baked gelée, but they're softer than a baked gelée. It's almost like a baked gelée crossed with a ColourPop Super Shock formula. That's kind of my best description, but they're so beautiful. Wait till you guys see how stunning these are. I mean, the actual product is stunning, let alone how pretty the packaging is. So this one has a slight bit of a pinkiness to it, and it's gorgeous. I would like to have backups of all 3 of these, and I also want to order the rest of the shades. But that one there is the Cupid one right there, and again, this packaging is just stunning. And then the one that I have on my face today to highlight, so that's all the sheen that you see, is the shade Revelation, and this one's got the gold with the little cherub in the middle. Again, like that's 3D. That's some seriously beautiful packaging. And then 2, I thought, you know, when I first saw these, I thought, oh, the packaging is going to feel real plasticky. Granted, it is really plasticky, but it also has a nice weight to it for being like plastic packaging, so it doesn't feel like super cheap either. It's got a nice decent amount of weight to it. But anyway, this is the one that I have on my cheeks today. Again, I've ruined the saying because I've been wearing these like nonstop. So this is the one shade Revelation right here, and it's champagne. It's got a little more yellow in it compared to the other one, but look at the shine. Isn't that just beautiful? There's something about it that like kind of your skin shines through as well. It just doesn't pick up texture. It looks really, really smooth. I love them. So that is the Revelation shade right there. And the last highlighter that I got is the shade Aria, which is a very like frosty white shade. Beautiful as well. I wore this guy yesterday. I've again, I've been wearing these nonstop. But let me give you a swatch here. So no undertone really, it's just kind of a shiny white. The first one has a bit of a pink, this one's got a bit of a yellow champagne, and then this one is a white. I don't get a ton of blue out of it, it's like a white. And that is the shade Aria right there. And these, yeah, they're just beautiful, you guys. And lastly, for what I'll show you guys from Flower Nose is the 4 unicorn blushes that I purchased. So these are the Flower Nose unicorn blushers. This is also says Pretty Rock Baby, so I think it's from maybe the Pretty Rock Baby collection. This is what the packaging on that looks like. It's a iridescent kind of see-through plastic. And then the packaging on this is just, it's just so beautiful. So this first one is Alluring Daylight. And so you see there's a unicorn in the middle. This is also like textured. It's not a sticker or anything like that. And then the background coloring on every one of them is different to coincide with the product inside, which again, I love that when companies do that. It's just stunning. So this is the Alluring Daylight shade. I think on the website it's called Shimmering Peach, but it's a sparkly one, and the embossing is also a unicorn with like the rays around it. There's a mirror in there as well. And it looks scary at first, but these blushes are so easy to use. Like when you swirl your brush in there, I don't feel like there's so much pigmentation that you're just gonna get this boom smack of color. It goes on just really pretty on the skin. This too looks like really orange. There's a little bit of a pinky like iridescence to this shade on the cheeks. It doesn't go on like as orange as it looks in the pan. So let me grab some and try to kind of blend it out so you guys can see that. The peachy pink aspect to it. It's beautiful. And this packaging. Yeah, so I want to get, I think there's 2 other shades that are available that I want to get as well. So that one is it says Alluring Daylight on the back, but I believe it's the Shimmering Peach. And then this next one says Minuit on there. And this has got a beautiful pink kind of background to it. And this is the one that I've worn the most. It's like a satin, just like neutral baby pink shade. Maybe a little bit on the warm side. Again, very easy to use. These blushes are like, I would call them buildable. And you don't have to worry about like overdoing it right off the bat. And I love that about them. So that one is Minuit. So pretty. Then we've got Blackberry Night, which has got like a purple in the background. And this is a beautiful lilac pink shade. It looks scary. It does not go on scary. It's just beautiful as well. I've been trying to avoid messing up the unicorn, but the unicorn is like thicker and more raised out of the pan. So it should, like, you know, when you're swirling in there, the unicorn should last a while because it's higher than the rest of the pan, you know. I think you can see even in the swatches, you know, they're not scary and intense like they look in the pan. They're just soft and beautiful. So that one is the Blackberry Night right there. And then the last one is Mr. Peach is what it says on the back. There's a light peach in the background of this one. And this is just a really pretty peach color. It's a matte formulation. These last 2 and then this one are like a satin matte formulation, where the first one's got like a really pretty almost duochrome shimmer to it. So that one's Mr. Peach. So those are the 4 that I got. There's one that's kind of a rosy tone and one that's like a brick shade that I want to get. So that's Mr. Peach right there. Such a fun brand. I did get in 2 PR packages, and one is from none other than the House of Cyage, and they came out with another one of their like Whispers collection that's more geared towards like the night or like sultry type from the Whispers. They came out with their original collection was more like lighter daytime florals, and then this is kind of a darker spin-off off of that collection. They launched the Whispers of Temptation from the darker range First, which this is a beautiful fragrance that I told you guys reminded me of me being at church at Christmas time. That's definitely going to be kind of a holiday fragrance for me. This new one is called Whispers of Enchantment. And then I'm going to have to read you the notes on this fragrance because I would just butcher it. It's like for me, it's a fall fragrance, and it's very interesting. Like, you pick up so many different notes, and like the blend is a very interesting mixture in my opinion, but that's again something that I really enjoy about the House of Cyage fragrances. They're just very unique. So it says on the card, blissful, euphoric, tantalizing, over 100 diamond cut Swarovski crystals plated in 18 karat gold, and then you only need 2 or 3 spritzes of this and it will last all day. That's kind of the thing for all of the House of Cyage fragrances because they're made with 20% perfume oils, so they last you a long time and you just need a very little amount. And like every time I use them, 2 or 3 spritzes max, and I can smell the fragrance like all day long. So it's the Whispers in the Garden Noir collection that the Whispers of Temptation is a part of, and then this new one, the Whispers of Enchantment, as well. And they're made in France. So the top notes are sparkling mandarin, and you can smell when you first spritz it on, you can smell the orange, and then it kind of settles down into the leather and patchouli. So the top notes again, sparkling mandarin, petitgrain, geranium. The heart notes are jasmine, grandiflorum, rose damascena, wild sage, and then the base notes are sensual musk, leather, and patchouli, which like just a really interesting combination of scents. And when you put it on, you could like pick out the notes. I've said this a couple times about the House of Cyage fragrances, about how you can smell those particular notes in the perfume as you spray them on and as they dry down. So anyway, it's just a very interesting, like, sultry fragrance. Again, it's going to be more of a fall type of fragrance for me. My mom smelled this and she just loves it. So when she comes over, I let her spritz a bit on because she really likes it. So it comes in this type of box, and there's always a little cleaning cloth in there. And then here is the newest Whispers of Enchantment bottle right here. And you can see the Swarovski crystals, and it's a beautiful green glass right there. Yeah, just a very interesting scent. Very, very different, interesting scent that I'm going to pull out for the fall time here. So that's the latest greatest from the House of Cyage, and it's the Whispers of Enchantment fragrance right there. A huge thank you, as always, to the House of Cyage for letting me experience their fragrances. They're just stunning stuff. And then lastly, Beautylish sent me over Wayne Goss's new Nudes lipstick collection. So he came out with 3 new lip pencils and 8 new nude lipsticks, which I was super excited about because I love me a good nude lipstick. And I've actually got a combination of one of each of these, the liner and the lipstick, on my lips today, which I'll point out to you guys in a minute. So his stuff comes in these standard silver packaging. I like that he color coordinated the stickers on the boxes as well, but even better, he coordinated the color sticker on the lipstick tube. So I always store my lipsticks upside down, so I appreciate when the colors are on the end so I can pick out the color really easily. So the older ones were kind of a translucent sticker that were on there, and now they're colored, which I really appreciate when packaging, much like the Flower Nose, they do those type of things. I'll swatch the 3 pencils first, and these are made in the Czech Republic. So there is light nude, medium nude, and deep nude, and I have got the medium nude lip pencil on my lips today. So this first one, which is 0.04 ounces in each pencil, this is the light nude right here, and it is a light nude pencil. These are wooden style sharpenable pencils, like more traditional style lip pencil. And the formulation, it's not one of those one that stays on like super glue, but it doesn't wipe off super easily either. It has a nice wear off, if that's a thing. I don't know if you know what I mean. So like when your lipstick wears off, the pencil wears off nicely with it. You're not left with like a line around your lips. And then we have got the medium nude pencil, which is what is on my lips right now. Right there. And then we have got deep nude right here. So you got light, medium, and deep. And then I'm going to swatch the 4 lighter pencils from his original launch as well, so you guys can see them together. So here's Vintage Pink right here. This one is the shade Mauve. I know there's a deeper one and I just can't find it, but that one is Mauve. And then we have got Natural Berry, which is more of a pink right here. That's Natural Berry. And then the last one I'm going to show you from the original launch is Sepia. So these are the new ones, and then these are from his original launch. So you can see the tone differences. These are much more kind of neutral and brown in tone compared to the originals right there. And then next up are the 8 lipsticks, and I do really love his lipstick formula. I had mentioned 2 or 3 shades in last year's favorites video because I do wear those quite a bit. But they're opaque, and they go on almost like a lip balm. That's how comfortable they are on the lips, and you can see that it's almost like it's got a natural gloss in there, but they don't feel goopy or glossy or anything like that, but it looks like I put a lip gloss on, and I didn't. It's the actual lipstick. So the one that I have on my lips today with the medium lip liner is the shade Macadamia. And the biggest difference in the packaging from the old ones to these ones are, again, that sticker on the bottom is color coded to the lipstick inside, which I do like. So Macadamia is the one that I have got on today, right there. And we'll put some more on too, because I've been doing a lot of talking. And then we have got the shade Cashew, which Cashew and Macadamia are going to be the 2 that I wear the most. I can just tell you that right off the bat. And I think the Cashew one is just ever so slightly deeper than Macadamia. It's got a little bit more warmth in there. So that one is Cashew right there. This next one is the shade Nutmeg. I'm going to kind of try to swatch them from lightest to deepest here. So this one is Nutmeg. And then we have got Pecan, or Pecan right here. So that is Pecan. And then we have got the shade Walnut. I'm just noticing these are all named after nuts. So here's Walnut. Just got a little bit of a berryness to that guy. And then we've got Hazelnut right here. And then the last 2 we've got Chestnut. So there's Chestnut. And the deepest one is called Coco. Look at how rich of a color that is. So that is the shade Coco. Really pretty nude shades. I like the gradation it's pretty nice. And again, I love the formulation. I don't smell like an added fragrance or anything to the lipsticks, but you can kind of smell the nut butters that are in there. They just kind of have a natural type of a nut butter smell to them. So officially it's called the Nude Luxury Lip Collection, and it launches on Beautylish next Tuesday, which would be August 24th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So I'm on Central time, so that would be noon my time. And a huge thank you to Wayne and Beautylish for sending me over this latest lip collection. I think it's a wonderful launch. It's a great array of shades. Again, you guys know I am about them nudes. So, and that is everything for my haul today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I will see you guys later. Bye.